Falcon's Fury at Busch Gardens Tampa is one of the world's tallest drop towers. But beyond the towering height, it's also one of the most unique drop towers. This one has seats that tilt 90 degrees for the drop, so you're staring straight at the ground for that descent. So does this make Falcon's Fury one of the world's best drop towers? Find out in this review. While many parks added drop towers in the late 1990s and early 2000s, the SeaWorld and Busch Gardens parks were slow to hop on that trend. In 2011, Busch Gardens Williamsburg opened Mock Tower, a rare adult drop tower for Moser rides. While I love the views and drop on that ride personally, many criticize this as one of the worst drop towers out there for adults, and I cannot deny how unreliable it is. So when Busch Gardens Tampa finally got their own drop tower, they went with a different manufacturer in Intamin. But this drop tower forever changed the Florida park skyline and offered an experience unlike any other drop tower at the time. Falcon's Fury would stand 335 feet or 102 meters tall, making it the world's tallest freestanding drop tower at its opening. The ride is also the tallest ride in the park by far. You can see Falcon's Fury from miles away. More impressively, this ride would feature tilting seats. Other drop towers, particularly those from Intamin, had included a tilt feature, but usually they only went 15 to 30 degrees. Falcon's Fury would be a prototype sky jump tower that would rotate the seats a full 90 degrees before the descent. This would make it one of the scariest rides on the planet and change the dynamics of the drop. Being a prototype, it was no surprise that Falcon's Fury's opening was delayed a few months. It was supposed to open in May of 2014, but was delayed until September of that year. Ever since opening, the ride has operated fairly regularly. The ride has suffered from small spurts of downtime in most of my visits, but you can typically count on it to operate, unlike the aforementioned Mock Tower. Falcon's Fury brought a renovation to the former Timbuktu section of the park. The entire area was rethemed to a colorful land known as Pantopia, and Falcon's Fury would be its centerpiece. This drop tower featured an aesthetically pleasing teal paint scheme with orange highlights. I love how this ride looks. Now, I don't love how the ride sounds though. Every time the gondola drops, you hear this awful screeching noise.
We'll do that one too.
Whether you're in the park or in the surrounding neighborhood, you know when Falcon's Fury is running. The deafening sound travels for miles. Falcon's Fury typically has a staggered opening. Most days it seems to open a half hour after the rest of the park. The ride has a higher than usual capacity for a drop tower, seating up to 32 riders per cycle in groups of 4. As a result, it usually is one of the shorter lines of the park's major attractions. Most days it hovers around the 15 to 20 minute mark, and if you head there early, you can usually marathon it with no line. The restraints are among the bulkiest of any drop tower. You have these large over-the-shoulder restraints, which makes total sense because they need to support your full weight during the tilt. While restrictive, they aren't the least bit uncomfortable for me. Once checked, you slowly ascend the 33-story tall tower. While the ride may look like a gyro drop tower with the circular seating, the gondola does not rotate in the ascent. It's a little bit of a buzzkill and I wish it did. But whatever side you're facing, you can see for miles. You get some neat aerial views of the park, and you can see all the surrounding neighborhoods. I personally like to sit on the side facing the ride's main entrance because you can see more of the park, plus downtown Tampa's skyline. Once at the top, the seats pull backwards until you're parallel with the ground. It is truly a freaky visual being held 90 degrees that high above the ground. And then with no warning, you drop. The ground rapidly approaches your face as you rush towards it. That visual is what makes Falcon's Fury special. The drop is fairly floaty too, offering some mild airtime during the descent. Now let's talk about the drop's power. Falcon's Fury just doesn't deliver the same stomach-dropping or gut-wrenching sensation of other drop towers. That's evident when you look at this ride's top speed. Falcon's Fury only hits a max speed of 60 miles per hour or 97 kilometers per hour. Let's compare that to Hurricane Condor at Port Aventura. This is a second-generation Intamin drop tower that's a smidge shorter, yet that ride reaches higher speeds of 71 miles per hour or 114 kilometers per hour. Or if you want to look at a ride with a larger gondola, Drop Tower Kings Island is similarly tall, yet hits speeds of 67 miles per hour or 108 kilometers per hour. I think there are two reasons for this. One, the ride vehicle for Falcon's Fury is wider and less aerodynamic. Two, the brakes are understandably going to engage sooner. To ensure guest comfort, the ride starts braking higher than most drop towers and the seats swivel outwards as you decelerate. Don't get me wrong, Falcon's Fury still has one of the best drops between its size and visuals. It just doesn't have as much power as you may expect. So what would I rate Falcon's Fury? I would give this massive drop tower a 9 out of 10. This ride is an absolute rush. The visuals are the highlight, both from a scenic perspective during the ascent and from the thrill perspective during the descent. Staring at the ground for a drop that large will make anyone's palms sweat. And while the drop doesn't have the same gut punch as other drop towers, it is still fast and floaty. I do prefer the tilting drop towers that only go 15 to 30 degrees though. I find the visuals just as satisfying, but the drop tends to be more forceful. Just look at Acrophobia at Six Flags Over Georgia, or the recently opened Orlando Freefall at Icon Park for example. Still, Falcon's Fury is a cannot miss attraction at Busch Gardens Tampa. So those are my thoughts on Falcon's Fury. What are your thoughts on the prototype Intamin Sky Jump? Is this your favorite drop tower? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.